Hi everyone, my name is Marian Yanulis. I am the Communications and Engagement Director for Trout Unlimited Alaska. During today's update, you're going to hear from my colleagues and I about the exciting work we've been engaged in over the past year, from conservation efforts in Bristol Bay and the Tongass National Forest to restoration projects in South Central Alaska. Thanks for tuning in.
The West Susitna Access Road is a proposed road to resources that would cross the Susitna River and parallel the Squintna River. It would have large impacts to fish habitat along the way, requiring more than 156 stream crossings. From what we have seen and heard so far, providing industrial access to this wild region is the clear priority of this proposal, not hunter and angler access. The West Susitna Access Road is a very large proposal and it's moving very quickly. Please join our website to learn more and be a part of the conversation.
For years, many of you weighed in on the formerly proposed Pebble mine. Now, remember, back in 2020, Pebble failed to receive its key federal permit, which is super exciting and something we celebrated because it virtually stops Pebble from advancing in its current mine plan. However, we know that until we have permanent long-term protections for Bristol Bay, the people, fish, and fish-based businesses of the region are not safe. We are advancing and working towards a dual track approach to making sure that Pebble or another mining company with its eyes on the Pebble deposit in the Bristol Bay region can't return in the future. And with that, we need two things to happen. One, we need the EPA to pass Clean Water Act protections for the Bristol Bay region. And two, we need congressional legislation to permanently retire the mineral leases in the region as well. Both are required for us to say that Bristol Bay is safe. And what you can do to help right now is go to savebristolbay.org and take action and tell your elected officials that you support permanent protection for Bristol Bay. Thanks so much for your support, and we will continue on in this fight.
This summer, we'll see the start of a really great restoration project here in South Central Alaska. Resurrection Creek flows through the Chugach National Forest and the town of Hope, and it provides habitat for Chinook, coho, pink and chum salmon, as well as Dolly Varden and rainbow trout. But the creek was heavily damaged by historic mining in the early 20th century, and a lot of that important habitat has been really degraded. So this summer, Trout Unlimited Alaska, along with the U.S. Forest Service, Kinross Gold, National Forest Foundation, and Hope Mining Company are all partnering together to restore 2.2 miles of creek in the lower stretches of the creek. It's going to bring back some really important spawning and rearing habitat for those fish and have great benefits for fish and wildlife in the area. So if you're hiking on the Resurrection Trail or in Hope, stop by and check it out.
Thank you to everyone who has been following along and supporting the restoration of the Eklutna River. In case you haven't heard yet, something big happened last year. For the first time in 66 years, water was released from the diversion. 2022 is the second and final year of field studies, and in 2023 we can expect to see the results of the studies, as well as have an idea of what's being proposed to make up for the Eklutna hydroelectric project's impact to salmon. To learn more about restoration of the Eklutna River and to help support returning water and fish to the system, please visit eklutnariver.org. We'll be sure to keep you informed on how you can be involved, as well as share any necessary updates.
The past year has been really monumental for the Tongass National Forest in Southeast Alaska, which is part of the world's largest intact temperate rainforest. In July of 2021, the U.S. Forest Service announced that they are going to end large-scale old-growth logging on the forest and instead invest in recreation, restoration, and resiliency. The first step of that new strategy is reinstating the roadless rule, and we anticipate hearing an announcement from the Forest Service for a full reinstatement of the roadless rule on over 9 million acres of forest at some point in 2022. So stay tuned for that announcement. Stay tuned for what their new investments mean for some of the world's best fish and wildlife habitat and forest users.
That's what we've got for you folks today. Thanks so much for tuning in to our update. Please follow along all of our campaigns that you just heard about on Facebook and Instagram by following us on Trout Unlimited Alaska. We look forward to connecting with you hopefully on the river soon.